There's been an illegal investigation on me, and justice failed me in the past. Even defending the attacker slash abuser instead of the actual victim. They took my kids based upon lies after being homeless and then becoming stable, but because of the lies and the identity theft. I was basically framed. They tried to set me in jail. They tried to set me, to a mental institution. When you know what, everything they looked up in the back said, okay, you have depression because your kids are gone. So there's no real reason for you to be here. But they just wanted it on paper so that they could read it off and say, look, she's been here. Look how sick she is. She can't have kids. And I refused. I walked out and I didn't care. I said, I'm not sick. There's nothing wrong with me. I have depression. I'm not going to be forced to go to rehab, especially when I don't have a freaking addiction. And I didn't. But I did do exactly what DCF said. But you know what? They're still trying to pick and poke and say, no, she's mental ill. But then what? You can't have kids because you're mentally ill. Either way. And I'm not. I don't have a teenage son. And I don't see the doctors that are on that list. Okay, so that means that someone else has been using my identity going to the same place I have. Yeah. With a book that fat. Okay, cool. Identity theft has been proven. Even with the healthcare system. Using my healthcare. Using SNAP. Using cash assistance. Which I wasn't getting. $833 a month. After you took my kids, someone else was getting that money. But yet I had to pay back the state $5,000 because of that? No. I don't think so. Because you decided not to do your job and defend somebody else that was literally stealing from me, but then having me take all the blame. I don't think so. And if it's connected to baby daddy, I don't know. But honestly, I would pray if I were you, dude. You're the one that was gonna suffer, because if you're trying to put debt and all of this thing on my name, making me pay all this shit out of spite, even though I did nothing against you except take care of my family, take care of my kids, and you. Because you believed a lie from your friends. Because you believed that I did you wrong and I didn't. Without even having a conversation and just abandoning me and your 2 children. Cool. Mm-hmm. They made it so difficult that most people would self-delete. Morning kids. They kept my children, yep. But then try to get stuck in a trap, because I'm not going to go there knowing exactly what they're going to do, right? It was torture. Absolute torture. The devil does that. Can you imagine your children hanging there saying, Mommy, come here, I want to see you. And you can't because of red tape. And you know that these people are evil. Do you know what that feels like? This has been 2 years of this shit. I had to stay strong and not do that, even though I really just wanted to hold my children. Even now, I want to hold my children. I gotta drive an hour just to see them for an hour and then leave. Even though I'm the caregiver. Even though I'm the one that helped my son to even talk and be polite. I put everything into my children. People are evil. And they need to be brought down. They'll exploit your weaknesses, You have any weakness, say like you're a lover of children, and you're a great mother. They'll exploit that so that they torture you, so that you self-delete. Evil people. I pray to God in the name of Jesus with all the angels and saints and every single spiritual ally. May you be brought down right now for doing such a thing against innocent people and children. You evil apes. May it be so. Not even being able to communicate online, they block you, They take over your accounts, they clone your phones, in all efforts to explain or even obtain, jobs, sabotage, and then taken, like emails. You get an email for a job, it's taken away. They changed the password so you can't access anymore. They must have a stack like this of all my emails, of all aliases I tried to use to get rid of these people, literally. And that's what it was. And they use it, and then they flip it, and they try to, do some setup shit. I bet you there's one way they do it. I don't know. But either way, I tried. I tried to have an email just to get a job. in the past. You need an email to even have an application nowadays. They were hoping that I would resort myself to selling my body because that's all pretty women do. This is the mindset of these immature Knight of Wands in reverse. You are ridiculous, and all you're gonna have is your wand in your hand and nothing else. Scam artists, opportunistic a-holes. Grow up. Clone phone, yep. Hack devices, yep. Yep, craziness, right? Many people, with the start of, it's like so many people involved. It started with just one, though. And then two, because it takes two, right? It's this bitch that's so jealous and that was stalking me for 17 years without my knowledge. And then her lover. And then they had to get a scapegoat, so they got a third one, so there's three. And then they got three different groups involved. They got his group involved, which is a gang. And then you got her group involved, which is online YouTube Queen. And then you got the other one involved, which was the family all the way in Chicago, which is lawyers and realtors. Cool. Trying to set my ass up, trying to like put debt on my name, trying to buy a house in my name, having 8 co-signers. Like they did the most. Just trying to set my ass up based on what? Based on what? You got told, my baby daddy got told, that I'm a gold-digging bitch, but the one that you heard it from is actually the one that's a gold-digging bitch, and I was actually loving and caring and